But because of the eXp model and the structure of that and what we had done prior, we had more than enough money coming in that was more than our bills, which is why we didn't have to worry about the financial side of things.
Can you share about, because and again, you and I have known each other for a while. Can you share about what happened? Was it a year ago, 2 years ago with Steve, health-wise, and how this played into that?
Yeah, that was another pain point, actually. So in July of 2020, my husband ended up having quadruple bypass. That was really unexpected. He had gone in, he had actually had a stent about 8 years ago, and every year he had a follow-up stress test.
And catching things early. I had the prostate cancer. I've talked about that on here before, but had that. I think it'd be 6 years this February.
Yeah.
Just went in for an annual checkup, whatever. Yeah. Hey, these numbers don't look right. Let's send you to a specialist. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
But we caught it early, so whatever. I mean, it was just, we got through it. And
thank the Lord, yeah.
But eXp helped with that.
Share
your story with that.
So what happened, yes, it allowed, and Steve and I have talked about this especially, right after, while he's recovering at home and all that. What he and I talked about so much is because the blessing of eXp, and now we've been a part of it at that point, about 3.5 years, built this modern team, or started building this modern team. What I did not worry about one time through that, probably 2 months at least, is what was going on in my pipeline. Because as realtors, we're always, trading time for money, like I said, I might close, 2 or 3, 4 deals this month, but then it's like, what do I got next month? It's like we're keeping our pipeline full all the time. And I was not worried about keeping my pipeline full, right? It was like, okay, coming out of this after 60 days or so, after he, fully recovered and what have you, it's like, okay, we're probably going to have a couple of slim months on closings because I wasn't keeping my pipeline full. But, because of the eXp model and the structure of that and what we had done prior, we had more than enough money coming in that was more than our bills, which is why we didn't have to worry about the financial side of things. And
coming from those agents, all across the country,
and we didn't have 1,500 at that time. I mean, that's just kind of continued to multiply. And we didn't have 1,500, but yes, coming from, because basically we just get referral fees from all these agents, right? And so like when they're closing deals, then we just get referral fees, every month and of what those agents closed.
And can I emphasize something? I want the agents to hear this that are watching this. Like, those referral fees, quote unquote, don't come from the agent's pocket. It's coming out of the money that they're giving to eXp.
That's right. Good point.
So it's not your traditional referral fee.
That's right. Good point.
I don't mind paying if I get a referral. Like, I love that, whatever. But it's coming out of, what you're giving to eXp. So that's right too. And I, with my prostate thing again, and I want to make sure I'm clear on this because this was like 6 years ago. I've been in eXp for 4 years. But again, my wife and I, we went through about 4 or 5 months where no closings at all, and I'm not stressed on the money because I had money coming in from another business that I have. I had money coming in from rental properties. We still had a few closings that we were doing, my wife and I, whatever. Like, we weren't stressed on it financially because we had the multiple streams of income. And I think right here, again, getting paid multiple ways for doing what you're going to do anyway.
Yeah.
And now, like, if I had to, I could cash out some stock if I needed to.
Right.
If all of a sudden, whatever, because life happens.
Yeah.
Life is going to happen to every single person that watches this in one way or another. You're not planning on it.
That's right.
You don't plan on the water heater going out this month. You don't plan on going to the dentist and all of a sudden there's a $3,000 dental bill.
Right.
You don't plan on whatever. My dog last summer out for a walk with my wife and gets attacked by another dog, and she comes home and now we got $4,000 worth of dog surgery to do.
Oh my word! Yeah, you don't plan. Yeah,
life happens. Whatever. Hopefully not health issues, but it's going to happen for some people on here, either you directly or people in your family, and to not have to stress on it financially because, oh my God, this closing at the end of this month is my last closing.
Yeah,
and that's where people go. Most realtors are out of business within 2 or 3 months if they're not always working.
They're out of business every time they do a closing, until the next closing, and every year, every January, what do? We got to roll back, we start over, right? It's like, okay, what are my goals this year? And, it's like the only way I'm going to make more money is either to up my price point or sell more real estate. And then what does that mean? It's like, okay, now I got to work even more hours if I want to up my money, my money coming in. And so, it's just this crazy cycle that we live on in the real estate world. And, eXp has helped stabilize that in so many ways.